Hey everybody, this is Dr. Guy from the dissertationmentor.com, and I just want to give you this quick video. It is Saturday and I am rocking it. I love when I get a productive day to begin with, which is pretty much nearly every day, but when it's a Saturday, that is a rarity. And so I thought I would spread the cheer a little bit and get on here and talk to you a little bit about the number one question that I get from every single person that emails me. And if you have not emailed me or you haven't replied back to one of these videos and asked me a question, do that. I mean, I'm here to assist you. And the whole reason I made the dissertationmentor.com was to bless people like you who pretty much are sitting in a place that I was some years ago, feeling completely ready to finish the dissertation and yet hitting some obstacles. And so I did one of my mastermind groups, I did a webinar where I talked about the 5 essentials for committee communication. And this is pretty much that idea of how do I make sure things run smooth. That is probably the number one overall question I get from people that email me. And so this is my number one piece of advice I could possibly impart to anyone in relationship to making sure the communications continue to run smoothly between your chair and your committee members. I think the first thing I want to say is that too much communication kills productivity. And the number one reason is because you communicating with your chair is definitely important. If I was to make a top 10 list of things you should be doing, yes, that makes the list. But number one is to be actually writing your dissertation. That's the number one thing you should be doing. And that takes a lot of reading, that takes a lot of organization. There's so much stuff that you need to be doing that does not involve communicating with your chair. But at some point, it's required to communicate with your chair and your committee. In my mind, your committee, not so often. The time to bring in your committee is when you're ready to submit a proposal or you're ready to move to a next step, like getting ready for defense, you've completed chapters 4, chapter 5. But typically, the person that you're communicating most with is your chair, and you want to keep the communication consistent as long as you're actually making progress. And for me, what I recommend always is about every 3 or so weeks, you send a digest email to your chair. It's short, it's sweet, it's simple. It takes 5 to 10 minutes at most. If you take longer than that, you're procrastinating. Don't do that. What you do is you create an email with the subject line, that says update my name dissertation. So I'd say update Guy White dissertation. And the first sentence is just that warm greeting. It's you connecting back with that person. You'd be surprised how many candidates forget that and just shoot a message without any context or any kind of warmth at all. You are speaking to a human being that hopefully loves you and believes in you. And so just send a one sentence hello, wishing them well. If they have kids, say, I hope your kids, your family are well. And then what you do is you create a recent progress section. And I always recommend that you create some kind of, section break. Hit that enter key twice, type in recent progress bolded, hit enter key twice more, and just give them like 3 sentences about what you're up to. And keep it short and simple. And then you maybe give them 3 sentences, another section called upcoming goals. Again, the whole purpose of this, your chair can be a source of accountability, but in the end, it's just really you communicating where you are in the process. And you're not asking them for anything yet, but this is where the essential is that at the end of this email, and if this happens very fast because you only have a few sentences above this, is you create a section called How I Need Your Help. Now, if you're like any candidate that's in the proposal process, chances are you've sent draft after draft after draft or question after question, and you don't get a reply back for some time. This is the section where you follow up with any kind of item that you're needing assistance with. Now the key is don't include drafts in this email, don't include things, and the reason why is because this is a regular sort of email you're going to be sending. If you're sending a draft to a chair, my hope is that it is the best draft imaginable and it is ready, in your opinion, to be rocked as a proposal. And if it's not, you shouldn't be sending it. If you are sending a draft, the subject line should be, please review, my proposal is ready. And that's when you send a draft. But for stuff like outstanding questions, some smaller items that perhaps have fallen through the cracks. This is where you follow up. And then you include that last little request at the end, which is, please let me know that you got this. And you give them, 2 or 3 calendar days. I lean more towards the 3 calendar days to have them respond before you follow up again. You always attach the original email when you follow up. I think the key is that make sure that when you're communicating with your chair that you're doing it regularly, that you're not sending them lots of just fluff about nothing. Instead, what they know is that you're on it, you're engaged every 3 to 4 weeks, and that they have some items that they can assist you with. Naturally, if there's nothing that they can assist you with, there's no need to ask them for anything. You're just giving them an update to make sure they know that you still have a pulse, that you're still trying to finish your doctoral degree, and the progress is actually happening. Hit me up with a question. Subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and I am here to help, so reach out and check out thedissertationmentor.com if you've not already. And it's been a blessing talking with you. Go Saturday.